Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyon, said hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
It's a crosstown rivalry game tonight. It's been really good. The Century Patriots and the Legacy Sabres from the VFW Sports Center. This is one of those games that if you're just getting to the VFW right about now, you're going to be parked over by the Sam McQuaid softball diamonds. That's how we roll it on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes. Find them in Minot and Bismarck, and find them online at VIOC.com. Good to have you tuned in tonight. Todd Darmers alongside Mike Peluso as we get set for the Patriots and the Sabres tonight. I guess, hey, welcome back to the broadcast booth, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. And good to see you upright.
Yeah, well, there was a moment in time I wasn't so sure that was going to happen again.
And hey, how about the transition now? No sitting on the frozen lake of Devil's Lake and elsewhere for the winter. So got yourself a new gig over across the Big Muddy.
Yeah, we're Matt Stockert and I decided to put our hat in the ring over there to see if we can help man-in hockey just develop better and maybe kick out some teams that'll be very competitive down the stretch.
Cool stuff. As the Century Patriots 0-3 on the season, lost a shootout game that raised some eyebrows a couple nights ago against the Bismarck Demons, and the Legacy Sabres were then putting up some numbers, been giving up some numbers too, but Sabres off to a quick start with 3-2. And Mike, let's jump right into these WDA and East standings, as another game that we have on the PSP Network tonight is the number 1 and 2 teams in the conference right now. Mandan and Minot will do battle here in just a few minutes up at the Mesa Arena. These Legacy Sabres, Bismarck High off to a nice start. They picked up that shootout win against Century and then defeated Hazen Beulah. Botno Rugby has got a good club back. And so interesting thing. And but boy, I bet you the Mandan faithful are fired up after the early start for Mandan and the Braves.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch them now a couple times, and they've got a good young team. They got some kids that are very competitive and some pretty big bodies over there. So I think they're going to do all right. It's like anything. It's hard to compare right away early in the season, especially when you don't get to see a lot of the Eastern Conference. But so far, from what I'm seeing, they're going to be a team that's going to be very tough to play against come later in the season. And
you just got changes, I guess, across the board. You got new coaches in Dickinson and Williston. You got the developments out east, where obviously Red River and Central are going to be good again, picked by the coaches, well above even the number 3 team in Davies. And so, but out east you get the split up, I guess, of Fargo South and Shanley. Shanley's no longer part of a co-op anymore. The South kids will go with Fargo North, and so this cool things. I mean, there's no status quo this year across the North Dakota high school hockey scene.
No, that's for sure. And I got a chance to coach a lot of these kids from all these different programs this fall with Team North Dakota. So, again, you get to see them on a personal level, and there's some pretty good ones out there, and I'll be curious to see how they all kind of shake out at the end of the year.
Let's give you a quick glance at the PSP schedule this week. Of course, we've got doubleheader hockey tonight, actually triple header, just getting wrapped up in the Mesa. Century, last report was they had 4-0 over the Minot United. Of course, you got Century and Legacy here tonight. Mandan and Minot in the Magic City. Shiloh and Trinity was canceled tonight. And then you got a hoops plethora on Friday and Saturday night as we get going for AAA and AA and single A hoops across the state of North Dakota. Be sure to like and follow us on our social media platforms of Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. All right, fans, we'll come back with more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We'll dig into some of the key performers here, and we'll get to some earlier comments we had with one of the co-coaches for Legacy. That's Wade Davidson, and the venerable Troy Olsen in his 21st season on the bench for the Century Patriots. We'll have that and more as we roll on from the VFW tonight. Should be a good one. Crosstown rivalry matchup, the Patriots and the Sabres. More after this break on the PSP Network.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For those who...
Back in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, Todd Darmy's alongside Mike Peluso. Good to have John Haugen running the cameras for us tonight. It's time now for our player profiles. First one tonight brought to you by Planet Pizza. Largest laser tag playground in the region, giant lunch buffet, and they deliver. Call them now, 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, let's talk about a returner for the Century Patriots, none other than Keaton Schulte, 37 points a season ago, and he's going to have to be a spark plug for Century this season.
Yeah, he is. He's another guy I got a chance to coach this fall. And, I didn't know him really on a personal level until this fall, and he's a great kid. I think he's probably fallen into a situation where he played with some really good players over there, and it takes some time to adjust. And now all of a sudden you're counting on, you got to carry all the mail, so to speak. So I think he'll adjust to it. He's a good athlete. He's a good little hockey player. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's around the puck, around the action, just has that feel for the game, right?
He does, yep.
And Keaton off to a great start. He's got 4 points in 3 games this year to be standing right up there along with Heath Frickman as a team leader for Century Patriots. And, let's talk about a guy who is off to an electric start. I guess when you're number 1 in the state in scoring, that would be classified as an electric start, none other than Beckham Presley McKay. 12 points in 5 games. That's getting her done.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good start, especially, he's a young kid too, so I haven't had a chance to coach him yet, but maybe I'll see him next fall. But, he certainly when you look at his numbers, that's pretty impressive to start a season. And
one thing I want to ask you about for Beckham is I looked at the things from last year. The kid's 190 pounds. He was about 170 last year. All reports are he put a lot of time in the weight room. And I remember thinking back on this, Mike, when I saw you after you came back from playing I don't remember if it was the Blackhawks or the Flyers or what it was. And I remembered how smelt you look and how much effort that people put in the weight room and with the cardio stuff. And now all of a sudden you see a kid like Beckham Preston McKay who's put on 20 pounds of mostly muscle, and all of a sudden he's got 12 points. I mean, there isn't too many things that outwork work.
No, there's a correlation. I mean, I used to always tell myself to try to do things when nobody's watching, and I'm guessing he's one of those individuals where, he's working extra hard to try to put himself in this position.
Yep.
And, that's credit to him. And, we could go down the line of different players that have been here in the past, and I'll use the Big Brothers as an example. I live out by them, and, I'd see both of them out running and doing different things. And that's stuff that most people don't see, but that's why those types of players get to where they're going.
Well, and you mentioned it. I mean, the weight room is one thing. There's cardio. There's obviously stick and shooting and all the skills you need to have, and a good pair of mitts and whatnot. But strength is always a huge part of it. I think back to when I was in playing college athletics, and they came up with the Human Performance Center, and all of a sudden you're doing all these plyometrics and everything. Next thing you know, I'm dunking off of both feet. I'm like, what the heck? Why wasn't this around like 10 years ago?
Yeah, no, and that's so true. I look back at my days. That's 20 some years ago when I was training, and one of the most influential pieces of equipment that I found in the city of Bismarck was the skating treadmill. And man, if I would have had that for many years prior to me finding it out or figuring it out, I mean, what it could have done for me, because it was the only tool that I had found in the off season, and if I trained on it religiously, I could go back to training camp and feel like I had been playing.
Yeah, unreal. All right, let's take a look at the top performers, and we mentioned Beckham Preston McKay as the leading scorer in the state right now. Obviously, he's got a game up on everybody, playing 5 games. Those teams haven't played 5 yet, but right behind him, Caden Ulmer. But what I wanted to talk to you about, Mike, here is look at that top line for the Legacy Sabres. You got McKay. I'm going to just call him Beckham tonight, by the way. Harrison Johnson and Ben Garley, 1, 3, and 7. And, 22 points out of that line in 5 games. That'll get it done. Yeah,
you need a supporting cast. And I think that's where, we talked about Keaton earlier. He's going to have to maybe lug it a little bit more than maybe like Beckham does. He's got good line mates. I mean, now he's got, obviously, Schulte. He's got Frickman back. But, you need a good line mate. And, you were kidding with me earlier about when I played. I mean, I had a line mate that scored 90-some points. So that's how you end up putting up numbers. You got to have good supporting cast around you.
Yeah, I think my exact words were, I asked you, Mike, I go, hey, how in the world did you score 99 points to set the all-time record in the state of North Dakota? And he says, well, I had a winger that scored 90.
It helps.
Yeah, those are 2 up there. If you go check out ND High School Hockey. Now it's highschoolhockeynd.com. All those things are still out there.
Yeah, they kind of resurrected it again after Bryce made a run last year. And it's funny. There's another kid I got to coach, and we joked about it before the start of last season. I'm like, well, you're going to go after it? And then I ran into him this fall. He was running the scoreboard in Fargo, and we played in the Fargo Forest tournament. I go, you couldn't get one more? He goes, I was trying. I'm like, well, you had 4 extra games. I had to throw that one in there. I left the fact that they get an extra 2 minutes a period, too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put the dagger in them too hard.
It's all relative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great season for none other than Bryce Mattern from West Fargo last year at 99 points, tying my broadcast partner tonight for the all-time record in the state of North Dakota. We'll come back with more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We're getting into the ZAM time here and had a chance to catch up with the respective head coaches before we got the affair started tonight. So we'll come back with a visit with co-coach for the Legacy Sabres. That's Wade Davidson. We'll have that when we come back on the PSP Network.
Your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Our Valvoline Oil Change pregame show, timeless services that don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes, locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Pleased to be joined now by one of the co-coaches in his third season for the Legacy Sabres. That's Wade Davidson. And I guess first off, I want to talk to you. You guys, 5 games under your belt. What's some of the early season report card look like for the Sabres early on?
Well, we've been happy with goal production. Offensively, we've been good, and we're hitting our stride with that. Obviously, we need to tighten up our D-zone in a big way. That's been our big weakness this year so far, is D-zone and goals against. So that's kind of the brass tacks of our early report. I don't think we've hit our stride yet. You know, we're looking to find our potential, play a complete game, and I'm hoping tonight's the night for that.
Man, talk about your first line. I mean, Beckham, Johnson, and Garley. What they've done thus far through 5 games has just been electric.
Yeah, they have a ton of offensive firepower each individually, and right now they're starting to click in a great way. So it's fun to see them stack up points. I think once they hit their stride and really feel each other out, they're gonna be very powerful. If they can clean up their defensive game a little bit, I think they're gonna be a phenomenal line.
Now talk about this matchup. Obviously a crosstown rivalry matchup. 14th all-time meeting already. I mean, just the infancy still of Legacy's program, and you've played Century 14 times already. It's almost a dead heat right now. What makes this matchup so good?
You know, we've been just contenders the last few years. The energy's up. Crosstown rivals. Everyone gets excited for these games. There's always energy in the building, and they're just fun games to be a part of.
How was the golf game this summer?
You know, it was pretty good. I got a few rounds in, a few too many if you ask my wife, but you know, it was fun to get out with the guys and shot some good scores. Still looking to get better.
Wade and I get a chance to play Hawktree a few times during the summer, so we're lucky to do that. Blessed in some respects, great golf course. But all right, last thing for you, Wade. If there's a couple things that are keys tonight for the Sabres to kind of keep this good thing going and get a W tonight against Century, what would they be?
I think we need to get really aggressive on our forecheck. I think our transition game needs to get a little cleaner and faster. And then I think the big thing for us is just being really strong and tight in our D zone, protecting the house, and being really sound defensively.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, as always, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Todd.
All right, that's Wade Davidson, co-coach for the Legacy Sabres. We'll be back with more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. PNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
We got curling going on tonight on a Thursday night here in the capital city as we get set for Century and Legacy at the VFW Sports Center. Todd Darmy's alongside Mike Peluso. It's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes, locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. The Lundins have been taking care of cars for over 25 years in Minot and Bismarck. And the VFW went through a little bit of a renovation, and one of the favorite parts for me of this whole rink, Mike, is in the back bowels. You get a sign back there that says no pucks, no this, no that. Jim Peluso, manager.
Yeah, there you go.
How many years do you think that sign's been up there?
Well, probably since I was playing. So, I don't even know if I want to say it. 30 years.
We're all aging ourselves as we go, but yeah, and I think the other thing, the VFW, obviously they expanded and they got another sheet of ice here, but for all intents and purposes, there's the rink and the bleachers and some things have changed over the years, and they've gotten rid of a couple signs this year and whatnot, but for in a lot of ways, this rink is still the same as it was when you and your buddies were getting in here at all hours of the night and working on the game.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I look around, and the clock is still there. All the flags that line the wall are all still there. I mean, everything looks pretty much the same as it was. The boards are a little nicer than they were back then, and yes, the bleachers are definitely nicer. So, but I will say this side of the rink where we're sitting. When I played, and this is no lie, like the glass was like where these kids are walking out in front of us, their heads were over the glass. And I don't know how nobody died. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's just crazy to me that nobody got hurt.
It was, how many pucks came into the stands?
Oh,
there must have been a bunch.
Tons. And then, like I said, the play would be going on, and people would be walking by, and sticks are hitting them in the head. And, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, other games, that is interesting because the other thing that's interesting is Century coming up here on December 22nd, right before Christmas, going to have their 50th anniversary celebration. They have a hockey program now for 50 years, and they're bringing back a bunch of people that former alumni and whatnot. So I guess the one thing I want to ask you about that, I get together with some of the basketball alumni and whatnot. How close do you stay to some of those former teammates, whether they were high school, college, or even professional?
Well, yeah, that's it's one of those things when you've played with them your whole lives, and they're lifetime friends, and yeah, I still talk to them all and see them all, and just stay in touch as best you can. But
sure,
yeah, that's the best part about it right there, and that's why high school sports in general, it's the greatest time of your life, because you know what, you'll never get it back.
Dang right. All right, fans, we'll take time out here. We'll come back and catch up with the venerable one, Troy Olsen, the head man for the Century Patriots. We'll do that as our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on. We're getting set for the lineups, the puck drop, and we'll get things started tonight. Patriots and the Sabres. More after this break on the PSP Network.
Spas Etc., Bismarck's #1 hot tub and sauna dealer, brings luxury and wellness straight to your home. Discover top brands, Sundance hot tubs, and Michael Phelps swim spas that deliver not just relaxation, but real therapeutic benefits. Right now, save up to $5,000 or enjoy up to 72 months interest-free financing. Visit us today at 1420 East Main Avenue in Bismarck and experience the best deals for yourself.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, getting set for the Century Patriots and the Legacy Sabres tonight at the VFW, and joined right now by the head man for the Century Patriots, 21st year head coach, Troy Olsen. You and I think we get another ring on the trunk every year. You're a little grayer in the beard, but here we are back for another campaign right now. So, hey, 3 games in, give us kind of an early season report card for the Century Patriots.
It's been a fun 3 games, even though we haven't been on the right side of the column, TD. We got our guys literally are getting better, like period by period right now. That last game against Davies, always nice to have an East Region team in, and the physicality was up, and obviously our shots weren't, but I think we only put 12 or 13 pucks on the net, but I think it's just fun and rewarding as a coach to see the growth and the buy-in, and right now we're working pretty hard and just focusing on getting better every day.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really what it's all about, right? Nobody wants to be playing their best hockey in November and December. I mean, this is a progress and a thing that you got to build up towards late March or late February and early March.
Absolutely, and then the goal play your best hockey at the end of the month in February. And, we're getting guys back too, a couple of guys that weren't with us for the first few days. And so we're really a work in progress. We're probably behind a little where we would normally be just because of the situation we're in and stuff. And, and obviously not an excuse, but it's just who we are right now, and the growth is coming.
Hey, talk a little bit about whether it's shots, whether it's opportunities, whether it's burying pucks and finding some ways to put some points up on the scoreboard. I mean, you guys have had a hard time so far scoring some goals.
We have, and I think you hit it on the head there. We need to get pucks to the net, and we don't have to be so picky about how the play looks or who's where. Just good old-fashioned crash the net, and hopefully it bounces off somebody or you get lucky somehow.
I say nobody cares how they look, right? The greasy one here or there couldn't hurt.
Hey, they don't ask how, they ask how many, right?
Man, this has turned into such a good rivalry between Century and Legacy now. 14th matchup tonight. It's almost dead even. But what makes this so good in this crosstown rivalry game?
I just think both teams, in the past few years have been very similar in style. Both teams like to get up and down the ice, had some good goaltending. The D-Corps does their job, and so I think it makes for an exciting hockey game if you got some speed out there, and obviously the physicality is going to be up in a crosstown game.
Sounds good, Ole. Hey, appreciate the time. We'll get you back to the JV contest here, but best of luck tonight, and thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely. Thanks, T.
All right, that's Troy Olsen, head coach for the Century Patriots. We'll be back with more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Partner for commercial and business loans. We not only provide lending you need to grow your business, but we also reinvest in our communities. We believe in strengthening our businesses and creating opportunities for success. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for your commercial and business loans, and together let's keep our communities thriving.
Serving the community, looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
We're back at the VFW in Bismarck as we get set for Legacy and Century tonight. Other games we're tracking for you on your BNC National Bank scoreboard tonight. You got Devils Lake at West Fargo Cheyenne, West Fargo at Davies, Grafton Park River at Red River, and then you've got a couple good ones in the WDA tonight. Century here at Legacy and Mandan at Minot. Both those games you can find here on the PSP Network. All right, fans, time now for your keys to the game, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to see your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Call Dylan today, 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is ready for winter. And Mike, one of the things we're talking about, Legacy's got to clean up that D zone, and that's a lot of things, right? Getting people away from the front of the net, lifting some sticks, clearing bodies. There's a lot of ways you can clean that up.
Yeah, and that's key, especially when you get closer, to tournament time. If you don't take care of your own end, it's going to bite you. So yeah, you got to take care of that first.
And tonight for the Century Patriots, man, if you listen to Coach Olsen a second ago, there's a lot of moving parts. They graduated kids, they had kids move on, other things, and it's just time for them to settle in a little bit.
Yeah, it takes some time. You got a lot of fresh faces in there, and nobody knows where they're coming, they're going, they're staying, what have you. So it'll take Ole a little bit of time to get things sorted out. But he's been around the block a few times. He'll figure it out.
Now there's your Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game tonight. Again, call Dylan today and make sure your furnace is ready for winter. 222-2155. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Yeah, one of the things I want to talk to you about is they had a lot of good seniors, both these two teams, but a lot of kids that moved on too. Jackson Filling playing 16U down at Sioux Falls Power. Obviously, you got Hayden Eckert moved on to the Bismarck Bobcats, and then for Legacy, would have been their only returning All-Stater, and a kid that was their leading scorer a season ago. Braden Straw moved on to North Star Christian, 16U. So a lot of talent that just kind of exited stage left, but nobody's ever going to question that because everybody got the same goal. If you want to move on to play hockey, there's a lot of different ways to do it, and just tells me that there's a lot of talent in town.
Well, yeah, not only just in town, but across the state. Again, like Team North Dakota, I coached the 18Us. We figured there was 12 kids that we were supposed to have on that team that departed North Dakota. So, kids are trying to advance, and that a lot of times you can't blame them. I mean, they're going to try to find more competitive places to play. And
yep.
That's just the nature of the beast.
All right, did we do the legacy starters? No, okay. I was like, are we going to the anthem? What's going on here? Okay. All right, here's your lineups tonight. First up for Century and their head coach, that's Troy Olsen. Their top line will be out there. Heath Frickman, centered by Keaton Schulte, and the right winger is Alex Schlafman. Your D pair, Easton Carvo and Ty Backus, and in the net tonight for the Patriots, Noah Hammer, the junior, who's been waiting in the wings for a couple years for Century. Now that first line out there for Legacy tonight will be Beckham, Presley, McKay, Harrison Johnson, and Garley. Boy, Beckham, Johnson, and Garley, huge points for them as, I think I mentioned 22 points earlier. It's actually 31 points for that top line through 5 games. So they are putting up numbers in bunches. And, there comes Harrison Johnson right there. You see him skating out. Bo Rashke, Carter Hoon is your D pair, and Brody Crumweedy, another kid waiting in the wings behind the likes of Tyler Miller and Tristan Otto the last few years for Legacy Sabres. I'll get you these other lines while we have a second before the anthem. Century's second line will be Kyle Livesay centering with Wyatt Mansmith and Kason Hagerot on the edges for him. Oliver Sparks centers that third line for Century with Jacob Fisher and Easton Eggert, Grayson Geloff, and Emerson Astle, and Nick Koster is your fourth line for Central. We'll get to the rest of those lines as we come back from our national anthem. Actually, we're going to stay right here for the national anthem. We'll honor America, honor those men and women who serve. Tonight with the playing and the singing of our national anthem here at the VFW Sports Center. I didn't catch the duet there tonight, singing your national anthem to VFW. Nice work, though. As let's get your rest of those pairs for Century's D. Reese Frickman, Jack Backus, Bo Miller, and Ian Thompson. And again, Noah Hammer in goal tonight for Century. Legacy, their second line is Max Rude, centering for Isaac Jerome and Carter Madison. Cooper Schwann centers the third line alongside Liam Strebel and Kyler Lorenz. Max Johnson with wingers Cruz Holte and Braxton Olheiser. And your other D pairs, in addition to Rasky and Hoon, is Miller and Esslinger for Legacy, along with Brody Berger and Aiden Zander. And their goalie tonight, Brody Crumweedy. All right, fans, thanks again to Valvoline Instant Oil Change for bringing you our pregame tonight. 15-minute oil changes, locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Let's play some WDA hockey tonight. A little crosstown rivalry matchup to get her going.
Let's hope it's a good one.
Legacy, the home team tonight. And if you didn't know any better, you'd look out there and say that's the Bismarck Bobcats.
Yeah, they've got a lot of similarity there.
Uniforms look very similar to the Cats. Century in the Reds tonight. Harrison Johnson squares it up immediately for the opening draw against Keaton Schulte. Boy, every time I go to the rink, I see Tyler Liffrig. I've been to a couple, I'll say Fighting Sioux until I pass away. When I go up to watch the Fighting Hawks play, and there's Liffrig being a linesman in the NCHC, and now he's refereeing tonight as we're underway. Legacy will dump it in. Miller back there for Century. Out to the line, held in by Hoon. Low shot cleared away there. Rebound, tipped side to the side. Legacy establishing zone time here, just underway. And Century clogging it up. Back to the line. Hoon again fires it wide. Garley on the near side wing, drops it down deep. Presley McKay slams one in. Beckham Presley McKay has done it again. He scored 24 seconds into the contest a few nights ago. Now this time 34 seconds in.
Yeah, that's a good start for Legacy. You know, they got pressure on them right away and moving bodies and got pucks to the front of the net, and that's usually the outcome. So Century's going to have to figure out a way to counter that because that line's going to keep attacking that way, all night long.
Ryan Family Dealership replay, just a zone time. All of a sudden, you get a puck laying at the side of the cage, and Beckham Presley McKay with a state-leading 13th point. Esslinger puts a shot on net. Unassisted goal for Beckham tonight. And Legacy clogs up that rush for Century. 34 seconds in, Sabres have a lead. And back to get that is Reese Frickman for Century. Gets it up ahead to Kyle Livesay at center ice. Legacy back with Kyler Renz. Renz to the backhand check. That's Jack Backus. Cooper Schwann along with Renz out there. Jack Backus pushes it ahead. Century's Hagerot tries to get it ahead to Oliver Sparks. He will track it down, but it'll be our first icing of the evening tonight. Brought to you by Minot State. Best way to predict your future is to create it. 100 areas of study at Minot State. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Well, it's too early to say the ice is tilted, but right now Legacy's come out of the gates flying here against Century.
Yeah, this is kind of reminiscent of the game with Mandan and Century earlier on. Mandan just kind of poured it onto them early, and Century, it took them a little bit to get their feet under them, but hopefully they'll get going here.
Sparks chips it ahead to Egerts out there with Fisher. Legacy returns with Cooper Schwann on the stick of Renz, and the Sabres throw it in deep. Renz throws the body up there against Bo Miller. Held in at the line by Johnson. He's belted down, but Johnson has it back on his stick in the slot, leaves it, and a shot and a score! How about that? Tic-tac-toe for the Sabres. And slamming it home was Liam Strebel. Man, how about as a coach when you see that kind of passing, that kind of vision, that just that gets me fired up.
Yeah, it's a pretty headsy play. I mean, obviously he sees him coming down there, and then to hit him on the back door. So there's actually two really good plays to make the one. So
yeah, there was three guys there that could have had a good shot.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a good play. I mean, that was, like I said, very headsy.
Good shot, turns into a backdoor great shot. Yeah, officially, as Ben Garley drops it in, Beckham has it deep, out to the line. Miller loses an edge momentarily. Now he throws it in, down to Johnson. Beckham patrolling, Esslinger in the high slot, poked off his stick, Century with a quick return. And there comes Heath Frickman, leaving it in front. Oh, Schlafman. Oh, and Century's Keaton Schulte shoots and scores. Mike, every time we do games, it's like 9-8.
I was just going to say it. Here we go again. Great Western shootout.
Are you kidding? I can't even write down the last goal.
I can't keep up.
And we don't get a printout that tells us exactly what's going on, so how about this? Century, Frickman carries it in. They leave it out front. Schlafman, and how about that backhand?
Yeah, it was pretty good. 5 shots on goal. We got 3 goals already.
Finding the back of the net was Keaton Schulte, his first of the season. And off and running we are. Frickman and Schlafman with the assists on the goal from Keaton Schulte. And now Max Ruud gets tied up at center there for Legacy. Century dumps it in deep. Carter Hoon back to get it. Quick outlet.
Ooh.
Oh! And Carter Madison got deposited there by Easton Eggert. And now you're getting a penalty coming. Legacy's going to be going into the box.
Yeah, this one could get a little squirrely. I mean, things are happening fast here, so obviously everybody's going to have to settle down and start playing. But it is a lot of guys that know each other too, so that always adds a little extra.
Century with the power play, as Isaac Jerome will go off 2 minutes. Look at that BNC Bank scoreboard. It's got the penalty minutes on there for the Legacy side. Oh, this is lovely. BNC Bank, your life's busy. They make managing money easy. Find them online at bnc.bank. Well, this is one way to cool down the Jets for the Legacy Sabres. Century on the power play. Just one. Century just hadn't been great on the power play this year, as they're just 1 for 9. No better time to get it going against your crosstown rival. Out to the line it comes. Backus throws it back in deep. Back to Backus. High slot. Shoots. Oh, a waffle board save there for Crumweedy, and Legacy will fire it down the ice there with Ben Garley. Backus gets it to Frickman. And here comes Heath Frickman. Fisher will throw it in deep for Century. Raschke plays it ahead to Beckham, Presley, McKay, and shorthanded. Here comes Legacy. Beckham, McKay turns and burns. He's walled off there by Century's Reese Frickman. And the Century Patriots will get organized with a minute left on the man advantage. Here comes Reese Frickman, the freshman, rolling into the backhand, puts it on net, but that's pushed to the side by Crumweedy. Century holds the line. And Jack Backus puts that shot up into the netting. Century really not getting organized in the power play thus far, and they're going to be 42 seconds from going 1 for 10 in the season. That's pretty early season hockey, right? It's hard to get those special teams figured out.
It takes a while. It's again, I think Century's in a situation where they've got a lot of guys trying to figure out their place, and it takes time.
Yeah, especially, if you got a veteran club coming back, the special teams might be pretty good at the beginning, but with the amount of newcomers that Century has, it's going to take some time. And now Legacy is going to be back to even strength as Sabres had a chance there with Carter Madison. Legacy got tripped up, and into the box goes the Patriots. We get 28 seconds of even strength, and then Legacy's going to have about a minute and a half power play, as going off for Century is going to be Jack Backus. I see that was a trip. Is that what it was?
Yep.
4-on-4 for 28 seconds. Legacy wins the draw. High shot from the line by Brody Berger. Ty Backus over to Keaton Schulte. Oh, taken away there by Johnson, but he fires it rink wide. Keaton Schulte hustling in. Good play to knock it off his stick there by the Sabres. That was Xander taking it away. Now a loose puck on the near side wall, pops out to neutral ice. Schulte has it back, but he doesn't have numbers. And Legacy's now on the man advantage. Sabres have killed off that Century penalty. Or excuse me. Legacy. No. You know what I mean.
Do we?
Legacy now with the man advantage. Raschke has it up top. Wings it to Jerome. He settles it down. Back to Raschke. Low shot. Oh, right on the doorstep as it was pillowed away by Hammer. Was Garley. Now loose in front. And Crumweedy has it. Or check that. Hammer has it.
Pretty good power play by Legacy, working it down low. I think that might be a page that Century's got to take out of Legacy's book for their power play. Get pucks down low, work them behind the goal line, and try to get them out front.
What I meant to say earlier was Legacy killed off the penalty, and now Legacy has a chance on their own power play. That's what I was trying to say. They seam a pass to Jerome. Raschke has it. Back to the captain, Johnson. He retreats. They exchange. Oh, off the side of the cage. Beckham pressing McKay on the doorstep, and it escapes the zone. Well, Beckham is operating back there in Gretzky's office and finds himself on the post a few times. Oh, now a takeaway. And here comes Mansmith. And a good poke check there. Hoon poked it off the stick of Mansmith, and Century is now killed off their penalty. Both teams 0 for 1 with the man advantage. We've got 9:17 and counting left here in period number 1. Shot through the crease there by Jerome. Frickman bodied up. And Legacy comes off on a change. Century nudges it ahead. Schlafman to Frickman. Good stick there by Legacy. They get it ahead to Cooper Schwann. And Miller pokes him off the puck. Boy, Frickman is lanky, isn't he?
He's a tall kid, very tall.
You don't see too many guys that go 6'5". He's about 6'8" with the skates on.
Oh, Century's going to the box. I don't know if it was for too many men or what.
Yeah, it'll be Oliver Sparks going off for 2 minutes. I didn't see what the signal was.
No, I'm guessing too many men. I don't know. I didn't see anything. Yep.
Oh, yep.
Men.
Sparks into the box, and Legacy with their second power play of the night.
I don't think Ole would want to hear it, but I used to always blame it on the coaches.
Jerome to Beckham. Tried to send it out front to Johnson. Raschke settles it back to the point. Garley, I'll check that. That is Jerome. Garley's in the slot. Shot from the slot. Save. Now it's loose in the slot. And poked out of there. Good hustle by Frickman. Oh, he almost tapped it ahead again. And Johnson back to get it with 1:15 on the man advantage for Legacy. Century in the box for too many men on the ice. Ty Backus will fire it down. Blocked there by Raschke. Now to Johnson. He plays catch. Back to Raschke. Up ahead to Isaac Jerome. They played backwards. Beckham had to stay on side. He was the leaning tower of Pisa as it goes up into the netting again.
There's a little roadblock there on the blue line.
Well, I think the first power play was pretty good for Legacy. This one hasn't quite gotten as organized.
No, they haven't had a chance to get it set up. You know, just like we said, they want to establish pressure down low and then start using your points. And
Hoon has it. Comes across ice to Brody Berger. Steps into the circle. Sends it wide to Renz. Legacy's got power play unit number 2 out there. Berger. Oh, goes for the far post, but it sails wide. Hoon collects. Down to 25 seconds on the man advantage. Century's packing it in. Traffic out in front. Carter Madison had it go off his stick, and now Century's Jacob Fisher will slam it down. What'd you always tell me that burns about 10, 12, maybe even more seconds every time you get a chance to clear?
About an average of 15 seconds to clear.
Madison Shot from the right circle. Oh, and a waffle board save there for Hammer. And Century's back at full strength. Renz pinches in. Century gets it up ahead to Schlafman. He's got Schulte with him. Alex Schlafman's first game of the season. Century's glad to have him back in the lineup as Backus controls at the blue line. Schlafman poked off his stick, and another penalty. This one's going to be a hook.
I guess that's one way to slow the game down.
And it's tit for tat. Century will have their second power play. With 6:19 to play in period number 1. Legacy leading in shots on goal 8-3 right now over Century. Hey fans, tonight's game also brought to you in part by Farstead Oil. Contact them and find out their skills scale team can help you achieve your wholesale fuel needs. They got DEF, they got mobile lubricants, and they proudly serve Western North Dakota, Montana, and Western Minnesota since 1938. Century puts a puck on net there from Reese Frickman. How about the confidence that Coach Olsen has in the freshman Reese Frickman? Century, traffic in front. Almost tipped in there by Easton Eggert. Frickman has it up top. In front again, all kinds of traffic. I don't know how Crumweedy could have seen that, but it blocked and never got to him. Century gloves it down. Frickman back on the rush. Leaves it, and Sparks whistles one wide. Frickman from the half wall. Nice pass in front in the slot. And a backhand for Oliver Sparks is saved by Crumweedy. Century's power play much more effective this go-around.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously, when you got a youngster up on the point, he seems to be pretty calm and collective, and that's what you want your D-man to do. Just try to get pucks in on net. They don't have to be hard. They just got to get there.
And it's one thing, you can see a concerted effort. I watched a couple of Century games already this year, and they did not have that net front presence. And tonight, they've almost got two guys in front of there.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a point in practice.
All right, you want to play? You go here.
Yep.
Reese Frickman to Heath to Miller. Schulte tries to seam it. Frickman fires from point blank. And a rebound wraparound for Frickman, and Crumweedy toes the line. Out to neutral ice it comes. Century getting organized. Frickman to Frickman. Now Schulte back to Heath Frickman. Looking backhand to Schlafman, nobody home. Legacy tries to clear. Miller holds it, rebound, shoot, and Crumweedy still in the blue paint. And Century scores! Legacy could not keep track of that D zone. That puck was in the blue paint for like 5 seconds.
It was in there a while, and I'll give Tyler Reefer credit. I mean, he was right on top of the net to make sure that nobody was getting a hand on it or what have you, and it was a good goal.
And welcome back, Alex Schlafman. He just tallies his first point, his first goal of the season. So now the officials are conferring. Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay. I hit the wrong button. We'll get that later. Show you that one is Schlafman has his first. Frickman. Schlafman with the goal. Frickman and Schulte with the assist. There's that top line getting in the action for Century, and we are knotted up. It's 2 as Century converts on the power play. Patriots win the draw in the Legacy D zone. Mansmith leaves it for Livesay. Miller collects for Legacy. And here comes Cooper Schwann to Isaac Jerome. Nice poke check there by Wyatt Mansmith. And Century's Backus will pop up ahead. Here comes Livesay with a chance. Legacy back quickly, however, with 4 minutes to play in period number 1. all knotted up at 2. Backus pinching in, bodies flying, loose in front. Brody Berger steers it to the near wall, held in by Backus. Back on Berger's stick, and Legacy misfires on the outlet. And breaking the action. I'll tell you today's game brought to you in part by Bones Barbecue Sauce. True North Dakota original, created and bottled right here in North Dakota. Premium barbecue sauce, perfect on everything from ribs to burgers to veggies. Find it at your local grocery store, Cashwise Marketplace, and Family Fare. We next time, Mike, we come into a game like this, we're gonna start talking over and under for number of goals.
Yeah.
Because I bet you the number of games you and I have done the last few years, there's been very few 2-1s or 1-0s.
I don't think there's been any.
It's usually 7 to 8, folks, and we kind of chuckle about it, but it just continues to happen. Shot from the point there by Hoon. Presley McKay overskates it, gets it back on his stick, poked out to center ice. Fired back in by Raschke. Miller back to collect for Century. Now to Backus. The D-men play catch. Sparks tries to get it up ahead to Fisher, and there he comes. Got some speed. Oh, good slippery move, and then he's bodied off the puck. Crumweedy got tangled up in that as well. Frickman back for Century. And the Patriots will just pop it in. Jack Backus throws it in deep. Heath Frickman walled off there by Harrison Johnson. And McKay ahead to Kyler Renz. He got hip checked. Centuries. Alex Schlafman, he gets bent over right in front of the Century bench. That didn't look like it felt very good.
No.
Keaton Schulte, 1-on-4. Yeah, and he is bodied off the puck with 2 minutes to play in period number 1. Renz has it back. Cross ice. Tipped into the zone there by Liam Streibel. Streibel bodied up, no arms in the air. Letting him play a little bit. Point blank shot. Carter Madison denied. Save of the game for Hammer. There haven't been too many saves as only got 8 and 9 shots respectively and 2 goals for each team. But that was a huge save there for Noah Hammer. Let's get you a look at that on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Carter Madison on a tee in the high slot. Oh, yeah. Hammer, he kind of looked around behind him like.
Yeah, that was close.
He got enough of it. Thanks to Ryan Family Dealership for bringing you those instant replays on the PSP network. Find them online at driveryan.com. Legacy out to center. Backus to Miller. Misfire to Hagerod, who gets it back. He's got Mansmith with him. They dump it in deep. Good play there by Legacy to take it away. Raschke. Here comes Isaac Jerome. Turning to the backhand. Plows into the net, and a good little stick there by Hammer. Rude taken away. Hagerot flips it ahead to Libsey. And under a minute to play in period number 1. Back comes Jerome. Down in deep. Jerome lost it to Centuries. Schulte. Now Frickman. Back to Schulte. Back to Frickman. Legacy's back. Frickman turns. They centered it out front. And a bouncing and flopping puck. Gobbled up by the catcher's mitt of Brody Crumweedy.
Well, I think for Century, that's what they got to continue to do. They're just going to, continue to push pucks to the front of the net and get traffic there and see if they can't scrub a few.
18 seconds to play, period number 1, as draw is stalemated. Miller and Johnson back there. Legacy looking for one quick rush here to end the period. They tried a headman pass to Garley, and with 3.8 seconds left, icing will bring us all the way back into the Legacy D zone. And the icing tonight brought to you by the Aggie Foundation. Look for our PSP Network Performance of the Week, brought to you in part by the Aggie Foundation. Learn more about their charitable work at aggiefoundation.com. Well, they don't bring it back all the way into the Legacy D zone. I beg your pardon. Center ice face-off. And that will just about do it for period number 1. That will indeed do it. All right, fans, our Jerome's Collision intermission report comes up next. It's a good one. Well, you can't get much more even than that. 9 shots apiece, 2 goals apiece. Legacy came out with all cylinders firing, and Century answers back. And we're tied at 2 as we head to our first intermission on the PSP Network tonight. Jerome's Collision brings you that. We'll be back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
It's a little help from his best friend here at the goal plant. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, your family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
We're back at halftime. Intermission here on the PSP Network, and no, that's not Huff Hills, south of Mandan. That would be a place where I was on vacation a couple weeks ago, Mike. December 1st, the Domrey's family made their way down to Arizona, so that is none other than the Arizona Snow Bowl up in Flagstaff. That is not what you anticipate seeing when you hear about somebody going to Arizona.
Never. You think of golf courses, not ski resorts.
We went a little gondola ride, a really cool place up in Flagstaff, about 12,000 feet. You ride the gondola all the way up the top. You can see the Grand Canyon from over 50 miles away.
Well, that's impressive.
It is cool. You ever been to Flagstaff or Sedona area?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, there you get to see a little glimpse from the Domrey's family vacation just a few weeks ago as we are on our first intermission. Boy, what a great first period there as Legacy jumped out strong. 2 quick goals. Century answered, and we'll get to the numbers in just a second. But first, let's get you a live look in for the proceedings happening up in the Magic City as in the waning moments here, just 90 seconds to play in period number 1, Mandan and Minot in a battle for the top spot here early on in the West region. Very early, not even a fourth of the way through the season yet. But Mandan playing well in period number 1 on home ice against the homestanding Minot. It was going to be hard for me to say Minot United.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be hard for everybody.
I know one person that's hard on the guy calling this game, Nick Holmberg.
Yeah.
He's been doing Magi hockey for as long as he's been able to stand, and now he's having to say Minot United.
Yeah, that's tricky. But yeah, this should be a pretty good game. I think these two teams are probably very, very evenly matched. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one comes right down to the wire.
Yeah, we'll get you a BNC scoreboard update. I'm going to let this roll just for a second here as we're on our first intermission. Legacy and Century tied up at 2 apiece here in the capital city. This is a look from up in Minot. Just 30 seconds to play in period number 1 as Mandan gets a shot there. We're going to effort scores from across the state here in our first intermission. We do have a couple extra scores we can report along tonight. As looks like period number 1 is going to be scoreless up at the Mesa. Yeah, they're almost saying no mas. And that one, Minot, the stretch pass, gobbled up with 0.1 seconds to play in period number 1. There's a live look in on the PSP network tonight. Yeah, here's those other games and scores that we're tracking tonight. Fargo Davies has a lead in the first intermission, 3-1 over West Fargo. Red River, the Grand Forks teams are going to be strong again, folks. No surprise here as Red River leading Grafton Park River 4-0 with 5 minutes left in the second period. Tied up at 2 here in the capital city. Tied at 0 at the end of the first period in Minot. And Devils Lake and West Fargo Cheyenne, no report from West Fargo Cheyenne tonight. I guess Mike, let's just get some thoughts here from the first period, I guess. It looked like it was going to be 10-0 Legacy when we came out of the gates. And Beckham, Preston McKay pops one in 36 seconds, and then they scored just a couple seconds later. But, hey, Century was given an 8 count there early, and they answered the bell.
Yeah, they kind of, they started off a little flat-footed and, almost like a deer in headlights. And, they got out of it pretty quick. I mean, that's, I think when Ole was talking in his pregame, I think that's some of the stuff that he's probably seeing in practice that he's very encouraged about, that these kids are pretty resilient and they can bounce back, and certainly they showed that period, because you're right, the way it started, I thought it was going to be, it might be run time before we know it, but Century dug in and, clawed their way back, and now we got a tied hockey game going into the second period.
Legacy got those 2 early goals in the first couple minutes from Beckham. Presley McKay is state leading 8th goal already. He's got 13 points. The pace the state of North Dakota. And then Ben Streibel popped one in for Legacy, assisted by Raschke and Johnson. And then Century got a couple goals from that top line. First from Keaton Schulte, assisted by Schlafman and Frickman. And then Schlafman got his first goal of the season, again assisted by, guess who? Frickman and Schulte. So both the top lines getting in the action here early on. All right, Mike, let's look at the numbers here from the first period, as this is, as always, brought to you during our intermissions by Ryan Family Dealership. Tied at 2. Legacy was outshot in that first period by Century 11-9. Century's Noah Hammer has 7 saves. Brody Crumweedy got 9 saves, and Century took advantage of that power play, getting 1 for 2, and Legacy I thought had the better chances on the power play, but just went 0 for 2.
Yeah, no, they did, and it's kind of how it works. I mean, Century hasn't, what is that, 1 for 10 now, or 1 for 11 on the season? But now they're 2.
They came in 1 for 9.
1
so
for
now,
9,
yeah,
no,
2 for 11.
So yeah, I mean, and that's kind of how it works. I mean, you get one, and all of a sudden you get a little confidence going. Everybody feels good about themselves. So, hopefully that's kind of the thing that'll spark Century. And then on the flip side, I actually thought Legacy's power play they had pretty good control of the puck. They got to kind of take a page out of what Century was doing, and that's just getting pucks to the net. And once you start doing that, you start getting the bounces and the breaks.
And for Century, I think the one rewarding thing has got to be, hey, this is a team that has struggled to find a way to put the puck in the net thus far. I mean, they're just putting in 1.67 goals a game early on here, and they find a way to get 2 in the first period. That just kind of lifts the entire energy of the whole room.
Oh, yeah, it's a confidence thing. I mean, it's like anything. I talked to a young man over in Mandan here last week, and, a young player coming out of Adams going into high school. He hadn't scored a goal yet, and my exact words to him, I said, I asked him, are you getting the chances? And he says, yeah, I'm getting chances. I said, then I wouldn't worry about it. I said, sooner or later, one will go off a shin pad or deflect off a stick, and lo and behold, that night he went out, he banked one off a shin pad, went in, so he got his first, and then he actually scored a pretty nice one for his second. So that's just how it works. I mean, goal scoring it's a funny thing. You can go long streaks where things aren't happening, but as long as you're getting the chances, you're doing the right things.
It's our Jerome's Collision Center intermission report. Accidents happen. They're a part of life. At Jerome's, their goal is to get your car and life back on the road, both literally and metaphorically. It's a goal that focuses for them to fix your vehicle. They've been doing it since 1975. Call 701-852-5126 to schedule your collision repair or other service. Collision repair is their specialty. They value you and your car at Jerome's Collision Center. Happy to have the folks at Jerome's bringing you our intermission report here on the PSP Network. All right, while we have a quick second here, we'll take one final break before our second period comes up. Here's that schedule for the rest of the week. Of course, you get a doubleheader in hockey tonight in the WDA, and then, we get her started with Cheyenne and Mandan, girls and boys hoops tomorrow night. Trinity at St. Mary's, girls and boys hoops. Shanley and Dickinson, and you got the Ned Rose Class B tournament as well. And then on Saturday, you got Shanley at St. Mary's. That's just boys only. And Grand Forks Central at Minot North in girls and boys, and Cheyenne goes up to Minot. So you get a full slate of basketball action on a Friday and Saturday night here on the PSP Network. And, man, I looked at our schedule for the rest of the season, and it looks like that just about every week. So there is a ton of action upcoming on the network. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and follow us on our YouTube platform as well for all the latest and greatest here on the PSP Network. 2-2 in our first intermission. Come back with period number 2 from the VFW tonight as Century and Legacy tangling tonight in the capital city.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Back at the VFW, getting set for period number 2 as there comes the Century Patriots back onto the ice. And we'll bring it into the broadcast booth here for a second. As Mike, let's take us in the locker room. What do you think the message was in period number 1, intermission there for Legacy and Century in the locker room?
Well, I think for Century, it's continue to do what they started to do and don't lose that momentum. And then for Legacy is we got to pick up where we started and pick back up right there and get our feet moving again. I think the tables turned a little bit, and some of that too had to do with a lot of penalties. You know, it kind of changes the momentum of the game, the flow, everything else. But I think both teams just need to kind of settle in, and I'm sure that's what both coaches said.
Yeah, I brought you a PSP beanie tonight, so next game you can break that baby out.
It'll be on.
You look like John and I.
Yeah, look at you two. You get a free bowl of soup with that?
That's right. Yeah.
What was that, from Caddyshack? I think that's Caddyshack.
You notice I didn't call it a toque.
You know you didn't. You didn't.
Been up on the roof all day. All right, let's play some WDA hockey here in period number 2. 17 minutes up on the board. And the 2 top lines out there, and here we go. Tied at 2 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Period number 2 is underway. And that hopped into the Century bench. Back out will come. Looks like that ice hasn't quite set yet. There looks like there's still some water out there almost.
Yeah, there is in a few spots. You got to be careful of that. Like a magnet.
Like Velcro, right?
Yeah.
Century's Ty Backus will drop it in. Hoon back to get it. Up the wall. Legacy looks to escape. Beckham tried to pop it off the board to Harrison Johnson. Century putting the forecheck on as Sabres getting organized. Trying to outlet, but it's behind Beckham McKay, and now Beckham Preston McKay throws it in. Miller overskates it. Heath Frickman checked up there by Isaac Jerome, who now has the puck on his stick, but he couldn't get to the backhand. Now turning and burning, but shooting it wide there was Carter Madison. Carter Madison's had a couple grade A chances here in the slot tonight as here comes Keaton Schulte. Schulte had his first goal of the season earlier tonight. That one poke checked away. Then he got triple teamed, leaves it for Esslinger. Century on a mini change. As Miller carries in, dumps it in, takes the body. Isaac Jerome battling along with Madison to the side of the cage. Century escapes duress. Mansmith trying to work into the zone, couldn't do it. Jack Backus back, sends it over to Livesay. Dangerous pass there. Isaac Jerome is lurking for Legacy. Not quite as freewheeling as we saw earlier. We're settling in a little bit here.
Yeah, it's definitely I think everybody's trying to reestablish themselves. You know, I watch Century right now, and I think it'll be something that I'm sure Troy and staff will key in on, but they got to do a little bit better job supporting each other with the puck. It seems like they get a lot of guys out on their own, kind of on an island all by themselves, but you got to get 2-3 guys on the puck, especially when you're trying to establish yourself scoring goals.
They wave off icing there as Reese Frickman back to get it. Century comes cross ice. Fisher wheels in, leaves it for Eggert. Tries to get to the 5-hole. Brody Crumweedy closes that door. You know what we didn't do in the intermission? We talked about so many things. I didn't replay the scoring from the first period.
Oh, yeah, we got busy.
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't know.
And what were you even talking about?
I don't even remember now. That's a sign of getting old.
Century throws it in with Backus. Raschke fires it across to Hoon, back to Raschke. Played 3 minutes, and that one's going to go down the ice. In period number 2, we're scoreless. In the period, we're still tied at 2 as Century has outshot Legacy 13-10 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. See Red River has put one more up against Grafton Park River. They lead 5-0. Davies 3-1 over West Fargo on your ND score feed, scrolling across the bottom of your live stream tonight. Good to have you tuned in. Might have the Eckert family joining us from Arizona tonight. Jamie Eckert as Legacy gets a chance. Oh, just wide for Harrison Johnson. There's Beckham McKay trying to poke one in. And finally, Noah Hammer falls on it.
Well, I remember when we were talking about stick fixing. That's what we're
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But that chance here for Harrison Johnson. Then you had Garley and McKay crashing in. Protecting the blue paint there was, a whistling shot from Legacy's Harrison Johnson. Stayed high. Johnson back. Too tall for Garley and another icing. That icing tonight brought to you by Planet Pizza. Largest laser tag playground in the region. Giant lunch buffet. They deliver 701-852-1700. That's Planet Pizza.
I wish the high school would adopt the hybrid icing like we play in the fall. It makes the game so much better. Speeds it up, keeps it moving.
Century, Schlafman, slid it through the crease. Schulte on the back post, couldn't get a stick on it. And here comes Miller, wheeling it out with Garley. Sharp angle shot, still loose. Hammer! Oh! Prone and diving, and now you get some extracurriculars. That has got to be one of the most hopeless feelings when you're, I can get it, I can't get it. How about this, Ryan Family Dealership replay? Watch this.
It feels hopeless on both sides. I'm sure the goalie feels hopeless trying to get it, and the guy trying to score feels the same way.
Great work by Johnny Haugen on the camera tonight. Noah Hammer. That one right there, if I'd have been doing the game with Lane Sedevy, he would have jumped out of his seat.
Yeah, no, that's a goalie for you.
Yeah. Legacy wins a draw. Hoon pops it to the near side corner. Jerome throws a body. Madison joins the action. Century up the wall to Emerson Astle. And here comes Emerson. And Century is going to be offside. I tell you what, a tip of the cap to the Astle family and also Wrigley and Emerson Astle. Wrigley for the last few years has been number 40. That's a broadcasting dream when his younger brother comes in and plays now and he takes the same number.
There you go.
I can't even mess that up.
No, you better not.
I was talking to a mom of the Astles, Jen, and I'm like, man, kudos. That is a perfect thing, man. Did you talk him into that, I asked her? And she says, no, she didn't. But she thought it was pretty cool, too.
Saves on apparel.
Exactly. That's pretty cool. A younger brother wanted to be the same number as his older brother.
Absolutely.
12:30 to play, period 2. Settling in a little bit here from the VFW as Brody Berger finds a puck on his stick, and he throws it down. Back to get it is Frickman. Backus, that's Jack, turns away from some pressure. Cross ice. Reese Frickman to the blue line, just pitches it in. Raschke back as Century has the change. Gets some new bodies out there. Is Legacy's Harrison Johnson, supported there by Streibel. Legacy popped it right back in with Raschke. And now it pops out to neutral ice. Hoon will come back and get it. Schulte chops at it, but it comes out to neutral ice. Backus wheeled it away there by Beckham. Comes in with Garley, one-timer looking for Raschke. And a good stick there for the Patriots. And here comes the smooth Frickman. Oh, stretch pass. Schulte comes in, shoots. Save for Crumreedy. Oh, the breakaway chance for Keaton Schulte.
Yeah, he'll want that one back. I mean, that's a tough one. You got almost too much time to think about it when you're skating in.
Like the little stretch pass here by Frickman. Oh, Schulte. Now look at look at Crumweedy outside the paint. Came out and challenged him.
Yeah, cut the angle down.
Century with a great A, looking to take the lead. Esslinger throws it into the corner for Legacy. Century's Hagerot puts one on net. Legacy tried to escape there with Madison. Century fires it right back in. Esslinger to Rude. Here comes Legacy, 3-on-3. Oh, good back check there. Mansmith sniped it away. Century in. Low hard shot there from Kason Hagerot is wide of the cage. And up ahead, Isaac Jerome comes wheeling in. Good stick there by Backus. They leave it out in front. Oh, it just sneaked past the post. Both teams with good chances. And here comes Century. Schlafman. Nobody there to support him. Miller off the glass. Out to center. The other Miller, that's Bo for Century. Up ahead to Heath Frickman. And back out to neutral ice. Under 10 to play, period number 2. Heath Frickman again, wheeling, and that shot blocked. Schlafman looking to clean it up. I can see why Coach Olsen wanted to get Alex Schlafman back into the action. He's been a difference maker. Oh, in the slot, there's Schlafman right on cue. Crumweedy with another save.
Did we jinx the goal scoring?
I don't know. I think it is. They've settled in a bit. Been some good chances here in period number 2. I can tell you today's game brought to you by BSN Sports. Contact your local BSN sales pro today. Scott Woodmansey, Greg Foster, Naomi Erdahl, Nate Zachman, and their sales manager, Joe Cattell. For all your apparel and school needs. Frickman walled off. Got both top lines out there squaring off against each other. Schulte collects on the near side wall. Frickman back out to the line. Frickman to Frickman, bouncing puck. Oh, and Crumweedy. As Century got a tip on that out front. Good action there for the Patriots. Get your Ryan Family Dealership replay as the teams change here. Yeah, Frickman to Frickman, and then just get pucks on net.
Yeah, he's done a really good job with them with that. He's he keeps the shots low, wrist shots in from the point. And I tell you what, every time you do that, you got a chance at something happening. Either a deflection or sometimes the goalie just doesn't even see it.
I think it was time on Legacy, right? Is that what I heard? All right. Get you a timeout tonight. In the second period, a little unusual there. It's brought to you tonight by First International Bank and Trust. Family-owned independent community bank built on the bond between employees and customers. Founded in 1910 to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. That coaches Farragher and Davidson didn't like the proceedings in the second period, and they said, you know what, let's use it right now.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, obviously Century's, playing pretty good, so, may have caught Legacy a little bit off guard. I think the way the game started, they thought it was going to be kind of an easy one, and now they got to get back to work, and I'm pretty sure that's the message that's getting sent is, we got to get back after it, get pucks deep, get 2-3 guys in on it, just like we said about Century, and try to sustain some pressure.
Hey, while we have a second during this First International Bank and Trust timeout here, we're tied at 2 with 9:07 to play, period number 2. You mentioned the Vig brothers, Charlie and Max Vig, couple of CHS alumni, and how cool is that going to be when both those guys get to suit up next year for Bemidji State?
Well, yeah, I know. I actually told Mitch you better talk Macy into going to Bemidji as well. I said it'd be really cheap on the apparel bill, but no, that's pretty cool. That's it's kind of near and dear to my heart there. I'm really good friends with the head coach there. He's actually originally from my dad's hometown in Coleraine, Saratory. So to see those two guys play there is pretty awesome.
Yeah, very cool. I have a feeling in the capital city there's maybe a little more Beaver apparel than you never probably seen around, but that'll be fun.
Yeah, and plus you got Kirkland Irie, who used to play at Century there as well.
Breakaway chance! Oh! And flying into the net was Beckham. As he went to the backhand, bodies got tangled up, hammer got flown. Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay of this baby. All of a sudden, little nifty move there. Went to the backhand, got tangled up with hammer, and into the cage went Beckham.
He scored, but he didn't.
Yeah, he just didn't put the biscuit in with the body, right?
Right.
Stalemate on the near side wall. They scrum it up. Legacy looking for a tip out front with Harrison Johnson. Century. Schlafman back out there. And Legacy's going to be offside. Hey fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State. Be sure to check out their 100 areas of study. Get the career you desire. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Today's game also brought to you in part by ServPro. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's ServPro. It is unusually cool here tonight, I think, in the VFW.
That's been it's everywhere I've been going. I'm over in Mandan every night, and it's cold in that rink. I come over here, it's cold in here. Thought this was supposed to be more of a controlled environment for me this winter, not having to freeze anymore, but apparently not.
Legacy with a chance. Jerome one-on-one. Got bodied up there by Jack Backus. Carter Madison. Max Rude battling for Legacy, but here comes Easton Eggert with the puck. Pushes it ahead to Fisher. Fisher got a stick on it again. Rude lost it, looking for Madison. A little easier changes here with the short change in period number 2 for these teams. As Century will dump it in. We'll get some new bodies out there with the Patriots with 7:30 to play in our second period. No scoring here in period number 2. We're tied at 2 as Cooper Schwann left it laying. Renz back out to the line. Sent back in by Legacy. Backus had it stuck in his skates. Miller from the point. And a lot of time and space there for Noah Hammer. And he gobbles that one up in the cage. Hey, the first period was about the goal scorers. The second period's been about the goalies.
Yeah, they've done well. They've done well this period.
Brody Berger tosses it for a corner. Beckham patrolling in Gretzky's office. As Harrison Johnson, he got pasted. Century looking for Mansmith. He lost an edge. Xander got boarded up, and Century's going to go into the box. Almost going to get another one. As they're exchanging holiday pleasantries. Are the Patriots and the Sabres tonight? And Century's going off. I don't think that's a 5.
Yeah, and he's thinking about it, obviously, and talking a little bit with the other official, but my guess is he'll call a boarding or what have you. 2 minutes roughing, yeah, that'll work. That's the right call.
Legacy will be going on their 3rd power play of the night. 2 minutes for roughing for Emerson Astle. And so Legacy.
This could be a momentum swing, though. You know, this might be what Legacy needed to get Spark back up here.
On the season, Legacy on the power play. Now 6 for 21. 6 for 19 coming in tonight, and 0 for 2 tonight. Get their 22nd chance on the power play. And they'll come wheeling into the zone with Raschke. Garley leaving it for Jerome, but he couldn't get it out of his skates. And Frickman will backhand it out to center. Harrison Johnson to Raschke, back now to Harrison. Pops it ahead, but it's sent over the stick of Beckham. Garley walled up there by Schulte. Good job by Schulte, and then there's Frickman to send it down. Minute 15 left on the man advantage for the Sabres, and they can't get away from the outlets. Century pops it right back down. They better be careful that rolling puck with Mansmith lurking for the Patriots. Harrison Johnson hit some of that Velcro we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, he did.
Legacy on the wall to Beckham. Century back with Schlafman. Tried to send it down, gloved up there by Hoon. He'll step in. Oh, tip shot in front. Still loose in the slot. Century clears. Back out to the line. Half a minute to play in the man advantage. Jerome from the dot. Steps in, looking back post. Nobody there for Legacy. Only person there was a Century defender. Century can't clear, however. Harrison Johnson to Jerome. Johnson steps into the dot. He will launch. Side of the cage to Hoon. Oh, block shot there by Schlafman. Now it's entangled up in some skates. And Century looks like they're going to burn off the penalty. They do. Legacy still attacking. High whistling shot for Jerome. And Century still can't clear. Legacy steps in, and a penalty coming. And it's going to be touched up there. He had another chance there for Liam Streibel. Century going right back into the box.
Probably saved a goal. I mean, it's tough, especially on the end of a kill already. You know, you get a little taxied and a little tired, and that's usually when that happens.
Well, Legacy 0 for 3 on the man advantage, and they're going to get another chance as Bo Miller is going to go off for the Patriots. There I was again, not looking at the official call. Was it a hook or?
I guess I didn't pay attention.
Slashing. Legacy right back at it. Kyler Renz, that's steered to the corner. They seam a pass. Tipped in front, chipped out by Century's Reese Frickman. Brody Berger back for the Sabres. With 4 minutes to play in period number 2, we're tied at 2 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Another Serve Pro power play for the Sabres. 0 for 3 on the night. Poke checked away at center. Frickman shorthanded. Throws it on the cage. Crumreedy with the paddle. As Legacy now throws it down. And there's going to be a penalty coming up now on Legacy. Century's hammer comes running off. And Legacy will touch it up. And Carter Madison. It's been kind of one of those nights where when there's been penalties, they've come in bunches tonight. Is that your marble thing again?
Yeah, the pockets get a little heavy on one side. You got to level it off.
Madison, 2 minutes on the cross check. Legacy was trying to get Jaden Esslinger out there, and the officials waved him back to the bench. We'll play 4-on-4 for 1:05. Then Central will have a short power play. Frickman, and a waffle board save. We had a good angle on that one as Frickman was looking for the top shelf. Crumreedy up to the task. No surprise to see the guys that are out there right now when you're 4-on-4.
Yeah, they got the right personnel out there.
Johnson, cross ice for Garley. Reese Frickman tried to tip that. Now a centering pass. Bo Raschke couldn't get it on his stick. Quick seam pass. Shot by Johnson. Legacy bodied off the puck. Ooh, that was close to interference there. Oh, right out in front. They shoot and they score. A takeaway turns into Ben Garley finding the back of the net.
Usual suspect.
Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay of that one. Now you get Frickman trying to escape, and then all of a sudden, wide open out in front. Garley is not going to miss that one. Well, that will be an even strength goal. Garley gets the goal for Legacy. Bo Raschke has his second assist tonight. And Legacy takes a 1-goal lead here. And Century's going to be on the power play starting right now. For 50 seconds, the Patriots will have the man advantage. Trying to tie it up now is Century. And carrying in. That's going to be Hagerot. Crumweedy closes that door, and Legacy will clear. It's a race to the puck now with Jerome and Schulte. Schulte will turn and burn, has some speed coming through center. He wheels into the zone. Schulte carrying, drops it, and a one-timer for Frickman. Couldn't get any wood on it. Legacy stretches it out. Here comes Garley. Weaving, shooting, and what a save for Hammer. Legacy shorthanded, just going to retreat. And Hoon and Legacy's killed off. Century's third power play of the night. Legacy now 0 for 4 with the man advantage. They scored that goal a moment ago on even strength, 4-on-4. Century 1 for 3 with the man advantage. Down to 1:05 to play. Comes Jacob Fisher. Bodied there by Beckham. Raschke back. Fisher with the forecheck. Legacy. Streibel. Beckham throws it in deep. Renz. Backus for Century. Blocked there by Legacy. I was looking for an arm there. None came. Half a minute to play in the period. Fisher, looking for the backside rebound was Sparks off the shot there from Jacob Fisher. Kyler Renz, same thing on the other end. Streibel looking for the backside pillow shot off the save from Noah Hammer. Down to 10 seconds to play in the period. Shot from distance. Isaac Jerome behind the cage. Comes out to the line. Miller settles it down, puts it on net, and it gets a piece of Jerome, and that's the way period number 2 will go into the books. Just the single tally there in the second period. Off the stick of Ben Garley, and Legacy leads 3-2. What else would you expect between these crosstown rivals in the WDA? Our Jerome's Collision Center intermission report comes up next. End of 2 it is. Legacy 3, Century 2. More after this break on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Now we're taking you on a tour of northern Arizona tonight. There's a look at the 7 sacred pools. Natural rock formations along the Soldier Pass Trail in the Coconino National Forest in Sedona, Arizona. That's one of the most beautiful places on the planet right there.
I could use a little of that right now. Jeez.
Domry's family was in Flagstaff and Sedona along with Mesa and the Valley a few weeks ago over Thanksgiving. So give you a few sights and sounds of some of the Red Rock Formation. What a cool place. A bunch of walking trails and everything else in Arizona. So great time if you get a chance to get down there as we're back on our Jerome's Collision Center intermission report. Legacy on top at the VFW tonight. 3-2 over the Century Patriots. You get that goal from Ben Garley after we were tied at 2 in our first intermission. And Legacy, and pretty much a stalemate in that second period. There's a little feeling out there, a little closer to the vest, not quite some of the freewheeling stuff we saw in period number 1.
Yeah, the beginning half of it for sure, and then right towards the end there, they kind of traded punches there on a few rushes. But for the most part, pretty evenly played period, and it's going to be an interesting third, that's for sure.
Well, while we have a second here, I was going to give you a live look in, but there must be in the intermission as well up in the Magic City of Minot. We can tell you that the schedule for the rest of the week here on the PSP Network, just got a bunch of basketball this weekend. Cheyenne's in town to play Mandan and Minot. Shanley's in town to play Dickinson and St. Mary's. Got Trinity and St. Mary's as well, so get you fill of St. Mary's St. Hoops. Doubleheader tomorrow night. Got their action on Saturday as well. Be sure to like and follow us on our social media platforms to find out all the latest and greatest here on the PSP Network as we close in on the holidays here in the capital city. All right, fans, it's your Jerome's Collision Center intermission report. Jerome's, they say accidents happen. The goal is to focus on fixing your vehicle. They've been doing it since 1975. Call 701-852-5126 to schedule your collision repair or other service. Jerome's Collision Repair. They take it seriously. It's their specialty. They value you and your car. Jerome's Collision Center, 701-852-5126 brings you our intermissions on the PSP Network. All right, let's talk about the numbers. After 2 periods, we mentioned that Garley goal gave Legacy a lead. 21 shots to 19. The Patriots outshooting Legacy tonight. And that's something because we profiled 2 games where Century didn't even have 15 shots. And so they're getting pucks on net tonight.
Yeah, I'm guessing, like you said, it was probably an emphasis in practice all week and trying to figure out ways to get pucks to the net. Especially with a team that hasn't put a lot of pucks in the net. So you got to figure out ways to get it there, and they're definitely doing a way better job of that.
I want to get your opinion on the power play tonight. You see Legacy there 0 for 4 and Century 1 for 3. I mean, realistically, how much time have these 2 teams had in the preseason here and in the early season to work on some of those special teams?
No, not a ton. It kind of seems like starting now, basically, after you've kind of got your lines, I wouldn't say set, but everybody's kind of figuring out where they're supposed to be. Then you're able to start working on it a little bit more. I mean, there's just so much organizing that takes place in those first couple of weeks of practice. It's tough. It's a short season. It's condensed, and you got to get after it right away and try to get things jammed in as quickly as you can.
Legacy's got 19 saves from Brody Crumweedy, and Century's got the 16 saves from Noah Hammer tonight. There's your numbers, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. And let's get you a little game rewind here. We're again brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. You can find them online at driveryan.com. You're going to get the 5 goals scored tonight. There was the latest one by Ben Garley that gave Legacy a lead. That was the only tally in period number 2. Here was a greasy one for Century. You get old Schlafman just whacking away at it. And finally, Century popped it in. Coach Olsen's going to put that one on the highlight reel and say, okay, guys, this is how we're going to have to get some goals this year. This is a nifty move here by Frickman. And it ends up on the tape here of Keaton Schulte. How about the backhand by Schulte there?
Yeah, he's waiting, again, just, get pucks in on net, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, here was a little tic-tac-toe. Johnson, Raschke, Streibel, I beg your pardon, and that was a pretty one right there. That could be a candidate for your move of the game tonight. And there was the Beckham, Presley, McKay goal to get things started as, hey, goal scorers find ways to find goals, right?
They do. You know, they figure out ways. I mean, he's got good hands. I mean, he's, you know, can make plays in tight there, and that's definitely what was able to get him that one.
Yeah, there's your replay package brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. All right, let's take one more look here to see if we can get you a live look in up in the Magic City. Nope. Whoa.
Still 0-0.
0-0 after 2.
Wow. I figured it was going to be an even, you know, pretty even game. I thought there might be a little bit more scoring right now, but I'm sure Mandan's happy with that.
BNC scoreboard update. Here's Devils Lake leading West Fargo Cheyenne 5-3. 7 minutes left in the third there. After 2 periods, Davies leads West Fargo 3-2. Grand Forks Red River has taken care of Grafton Park River tonight, 6 buff. Tied at 2 here in the capital city, and scoreless after 2 periods in, 3-2 Legacy leading here, I beg your pardon. And scoreless after 2 periods up in Minot between Mandan and Minot. All right, fans, that puts a wrap on our Jerome's Collision Center intermission report. We'll come back and drop the puck in period number 3 from the VFW. Legacy on top of Century 3-2. This has been your Jerome's Collision Center intermission report.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There are some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
And invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Here we go. Kemple, the scoop. No, he went up and got it. Now, thanks again to Jerome's Collision Center for bringing you our intermission report. Legacy, courtesy of the Ben Garley goal. Leads 3-2. Garley, his 7th goal of the season. And we are set for action here in period number 3. Patriots going to stage a comeback, or Legacy going to flex a little muscle here in period number 3?
Should be a good one. I mean, obviously Century wants to get on the winning side of things, so they're going to make a push to try and get this thing tied up and hopefully figure out a way to win. And
And there's always carryover from year to year, too. And so last year, this is the 14th all-time meeting between the Patriots and the Sabres. Legacy leads the all-time series 7-6, but Century swept them last year.
Yeah, they did.
Twice in the regular season and in the WDA semifinals.
Yep. So
I guarantee you kids remember that stuff.
Yeah, they don't forget. Well, there's enough left over. You know what I mean? Like, there's still enough guys there that they remember.
Yeah, they're letting the ice set up a little bit more here those games last year, 6-3 was the WDA semis. Century went on to then lose to Minot in the WDA championship. Century defeated Legacy 2-1 on January 2nd, and then the Patriots won 3-2 in overtime on February 4th last year. So, Legacy had the upper hand in the series prior to that. Legacy, as I mentioned, leads the all-time tally against the Patriots 7-6. Century, of course, coming off of back-to-back 20-win seasons. And Century, the number 2 pick in the coaches poll for the WDA, and Legacy number 3. Both those two teams behind Minot, who was the number 1 pick by the coaches. Yeah, Mandan's looking to have something to say about that coaches poll early on.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, as cold as it, you think that ice would have been set up like instantaneously after it came out of the ZAM tonight?
Yeah, I think there's a reverse flow in here tonight. I think the heat's falling down to the rink and the cold's coming up here.
I mentioned the Eckert family was letting me know they're going to be watching the game tonight down in the Valley of the Sun. So I said it was 23 degrees as I was walking into the VFW tonight, and they said it's been about 76 all day today.
Oh yeah, rub it in.
Down in the valley. Yeah.
I can't say that. I wish I was with them. Put it that way. Yeah, it was last year about this time. I went down to watch Arizona State play the Bulldogs. I think it was that first weekend in December last year. Oh man, it was tough coming back.
Oof. Tell me about it after being down there for a couple, 2-3 weeks in Thanksgiving time frame. It was like, oh boy, what are we doing?
And we've had winter a little earlier this year than we've had in a while, so kind of interesting.
Hi fans, BSN Sports, the PSP Network present the Bring the Noise Award. I get a picture of that rowdy student section of yours and tag the PSP Network on Instagram, Facebook with that student section, and I'm going to bring the noise this year for somebody's student section. It's pretty cool stuff. And as always, we mentioned be sure to like and follow and subscribe to our social media platforms. PSP, one of the fastest growing media companies in the state of North Dakota. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and subscribe to us on our YouTube platform so you can always get a little message there and a little ding like a Southwest Airlines bell whenever the PSP Network goes live. Okay, now we might, while this ice is setting up, now we might get a chance. Nope, they're still in the intermission.
Oh, they got a longer intermission than we got going on.
Up in Minot, yeah. So with that, maybe get you a quick live look in. Oh boy, if you get Dan Durkee and Sheldon Syme over there figuring things out.
Yeah.
We might be here for a while.
Oh. Yeah, he's been at it a long time down there.
Boy.
All those guys have.
Yeah. That is a veteran crew right there.
Oh, yes.
If you need an opinion on something.
Yeah, they'll give it.
They'll give it. Good fellows, though. Well, this is the equivalent of a rain delay in baseball.
Pretty much.
There's not much anybody can do about it.
No, got to bump the ice temps down a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Usually it's not that bad in here, and I don't know why it's. I mean, it's as bad as I've seen it, to be honest with you. I don't understand.
Hey fans, after the game, reminder we'll have our planning team financial advisors, Shots Crossroads post-game show. Planning team financial advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom, and Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Some of the upcoming games we'll have hockey-wise here. Next Friday, got a big one over in Mandan, as Legacy will cross the Big Muddy and take on the Mandan Braves, and then follow it up on Monday, December 22nd. We will have Century and Minot here in the capital city. There's also a couple other games that night too, as I got 3 hockey telecasts that night on the PSP network. So again, follow us and like us on our social media platforms so you can get all those games upcoming here on the network. All right, well, I think we're just about ready, but for just a second here, we'll take a short break and we'll come back with third period action tonight from the VFW. 17 minutes to settle it. Oh, no, now they're saying good enough.
They're ready to roll.
Well, nobody gets paid overtime.
No, they don't.
Including us. All right, let's drop the puck. WDA hockey, period number 3 from the capital city tonight. Backus tries to turn it to Schulte. Chipped out of there by Raschke. On the stick of Beckham. Oh, what a move. Oh, leaves it for Garley. Oh, he got it on the backside, but he couldn't finish it. Good lift of the stick there by Century. Patriots out to neutral ice. Schulte with a head of steam. He's got Schlafman with him. And Schulte, I think that was going wide, but Crumweedy snagged it with the catcher's mitt. What that move right there by Beckham.
Yeah, that was a nice play. You know, he's a big body. You know, he figures out how to use that even more. He's going to be even more effective. But yeah, I like how he plays.
6'1", 190, just a 10th grader. Had a huge touchdown in the semifinals for the Legacy football team. In their loss to Century, trying to get to the Dakota Bowl with the Sabres for the first time. Century got to that state championship before being grounded and pounded by the Fargo Davies Eagles. That puck goes off a Rude. Somehow it ends up on his stick. Going against Backus, and he gets checked up. Hagerot supporting for Century. Madison trying to dig it out of there for the Sabres. Side of the cage. Here comes Reese Frickman for Century. Headman pass to Livesay. Tosses it in, and Mansmith on the chase. He's walled up there by Esslinger. Miller out to the line. Poked off his stick by Fisher of Century. And here comes Isaac Jerome. Wheeling and dealing, shooting. Oh, and hammer. Hammer time.
Nice move.
Get your Ryan Family Dealership look at that one. As Jerome through the defense. Left him flat-footed. Oh, right in the slot. And there was Noah Hammer. Olheiser gets tripped up there for Legacy. Sabres got that 4th line out there. That's one thing that coaches Farragher and Davidson have done. Mario started it for Legacy, but they will go to that 4th line more than a lot of teams. Oh, good back check there as Cooper Schwann turns again, fires, and a save again for Hammer. But yeah, back to that thought. This is the period where that pays dividends.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean it pays dividends throughout the entire season. I mean, if you can get everybody involved, and you'll get some kids playing that, it takes them a little while to get varsity ready. Yep. And you can get them some time, and boy, come tournament time, it's huge.
Well, and if you're going to do one thing to combat against those East teams, you're going to need 4 good lines.
You need depth.
Shot whistled wide there for Ben Garley. Miller back to collect for Legacy as that shot ricocheted all the way into the D zone of the Sabres. Sabres got a little pep in their step here in period number 3. As it's sent in by Beckham. Miller overskates it. Frickman cross ice. Backus, that's Jack, lost it. Good work there on the forecheck by Garley. Frickman has to turn it back as Legacy's going to go off on a change. Century with some time and space. Schulte tried to nudge it in, couldn't do it. Backus will fire it in. And now the Patriots will get a new 5 out there. Scoreless here in the 3rd period. 4 minutes in. And Legacy's going to ice that as the Sabres still lead on your BNC Bank scoreboard 3-2. BNC Bank, locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona. It's just uncanny how many times we mention Arizona tonight. BNC Bank
keeps coming up.
Providing you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. You can visit them online at bnc.bank. Xander around the wall. Madison battling. Century pops onto the stick. Well, almost a chance there. Now there is a chance for Root. Oh, and he ran into a Century sandwich. And he lost his lid.
Yeah, I wanted to show off the salad.
Not every day somebody either a Century sandwich and showing off the salad. Now we're talking, neither one of us must have ate.
No, apparently not.
Now we're getting hungry. Somebody loses the lid, they'll automatically stop play just for safety reasons. Shots are now dead even, 21 apiece here in period number 3. Bo Miller retreats to Frickman. Stretch pass to Astle. And he'll just dump Kason Hager out on the chase. Stribel tied up with Livesay. Out to the line. Century holds it. Frickman just angles it in. Schlafman in there digging, but Legacy will escape. Cooper Schwann tape to tape. Here comes Renz. Oh, through the defense again. He shoots and scores! Kyler Renz, the sophomore, has just given Legacy a 2-goal lead.
That might rival the play of the game right there. That was a nice move. A pretty good toe drag and pulled it and took his angle. It was a nice shot.
Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Yeah, Renz, watch this. Whoop! And he buries it. Well, that's a couple times tonight that the Century D has left Noah Hammer out to dry.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen. You got young D-core too, and they'll figure it out.
Legacy now with back-to-back goals. Raschke just got his 3rd assist tonight, too.
Ooh.
Those sophomores doing some damage this evening for the Sabres. Raschke to Kyler Renz. Renz with his 3rd goal of the season. Here comes Johnson. Leaves it for Beckham. Whistles it through the paint. Hoon holds it in. Now down and deep. Legacy tries to backhand it out front. They score! Ben Garley again.
Well, now things are livening up a little bit. We're getting back on our goal-scoring pace.
That's just good work here by the Sabres. Just keep the pressure on. Hold the zone. Next thing you know, Garley, point blank. How about that chop?
That was nice.
Just one-timed it. Good celly, too.
Yeah. Well,
right at our cameras.
Yeah, it was. Well, more right at our student section down here. Century's going to take their time out, try to regroup here and get back after it.
Ben Garley has his 2nd of the night. Beckham has his 2nd point tonight. And Harrison Johnson has his 2nd point tonight. It's a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the ice. First International Bank and Trust, they're founded in 1910. Locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. All right, now let's see if we can get you a live look in tonight. Up in the Magic City. And here it comes.
Still 0-0. Wow.
Still a pitcher's duel.
Yes, it is. Oh, Mandan's going to the box. The Minot faithful making sure they got the nudge. I'm sure.
Looking at the shots, it's.
I'm sure Hallberg loves me for saying that.
26-18 looks like Minot out shooting Mandan. So a lot of things even up in the Magic City tonight at the Mesa. Coach Cheetah out there looking for an explanation. All right, there's your live look in tonight on the PSP Network. We're pulling out all the buttons tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so yeah, Century has given up 3 straight here. We were tied at 2 in the waning seconds of the second period. Garley knocks one in. Now the Sabres have been flying here in period number 3. Back-to-back goals by Renz and Garley, and now Legacy has a 5-2 lead. 12:05 to play in the contest. Oh, Jerome! Rebound chance. Carter Madison through the blue paint. Uh-oh, now we're battling behind the play.
Oh,
and they shoot and score! Hammer lost his stick, and Legacy made him pay again. Carter Madison with a tally. There was so much going on there. It's going to take a second to unpack this because...
Yeah, Hammer's obviously not real excited. I think he thought there should have been a whistle or a penalty.
Legacy with 4 unanswered.
We're clipping right along now. We get a few more, we'll be right back on pace.
Yep,
there, Todd.
if we'd have had 9 as the over-under, we'd be right there. Carter Madison has his 3rd goal of the year. Max Rude has the assist. That's his first point of the season. Rude to Madison. Legacy gets a goal from that second line. Well, I know one thing. Century came out of that timeout, and the fangs were bared, but it didn't really help them because they got in some bad positions. Bouncing puck, and Hammer will cover that up. Sometimes you're almost too aggressive.
Yeah, it happens, especially when you're looking for your first win. You know, everybody's gonna be pressing a little bit, and you're trying to. Yeah, you can't really call it cheap, but you get yourself on the wrong side of pucks, and you take some more chances than you normally would if you're playing with a lead. So it's bound to happen, especially when you're trying to play catch up.
Well, yeah, especially it even exacerbates itself when the game's starting to slip away a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
And now you got a penalty coming up on Legacy. And the Sabres are going off. Going to be a hold. And into the bin is going Olheiser. Yep, Braxton Olheiser. Now, so the Patriots are going to have their 4th chance on the power play tonight. They're 1 for 3. Legacy 0 for 4, first power play here.
Well, this is a must score right now for Century if they want to try and claw themselves back into this game.
Well, it was 26. I thought it was 28. I beg your pardon. It's Liam Streibel. Yeah, as you said, this is must score time here for Century. Out to the line to Frickman. To Backus, back to Frickman, who tries to one-time it. Century, all guys on the perimeter, nobody in front of the net right now for the Pats. Oh, sneaking in front of the net.
That's in.
Frickman.
Oh boy, I think it was in, but I don't think the ref saw it.
Oh, if this would have been postseason, we would have had the goalie cam up, Mike, and we would have had a great look at it.
That one was close.
Yeah, we don't bring that out for some of the regular season activities we do on the PSP Network, but let's get a Ryan Family Dealership replay look at it as best we can here as Frickman from the goal line came out, and hard to tell from that angle.
Hard to tell from there, but from our angle, the way when we first saw it looked like it was in. Not by much.
Century can't hold it in. Fisher wraps it to himself and then pops it down and deep. Oh, open net. Oh, somehow Century couldn't put it home. Oliver Sparks. My, oh my.
I'm not sure how that one didn't go in. Must have hit the post.
Crumwitty was out of position. Now Legacy will send it down. Well, next break in the action, we'll get your Ryan Family Dealership replay of that one because I want a second look at that. Miller launches it. Hoon back to play it. Madison whacks at it on the far wall. It goes into the Legacy bench, and here's that Ryan Family Dealership replay. Yeah, watch this action. All of a sudden it pops out.
Well, he might have saved it.
Yeah, the Crumity was out of position. Let's roll this baby again as you can see that you see it happening here as Fisher knocks it in. Off the wall it comes. There's Oliver Sparry. I think Crumity got a piece of that.
He did. Yeah. Well,
Century almost a little too loose with that bouncing puck in front of their own cage. 15 seconds left on the man advantage for the Pats. 9:06 to play in the game. Oh, and Century has scored a power play goal.
Well, like we said, that was a must-score power play, and they got one. So now they can start battling. I don't know if we'll see a little Dean Blaze action here and pull the goal early to get the extra attacker out there to try and close this thing up even more.
Top line gets another one. Alex Schlafman has his second of the night, his second of the season. First game tonight for Alex, the senior. And he has made it a 3-goal game. Heath Frickman has his third assist of the night. And Keaton Schulte has got a goal and 2 assists tonight for Century. 8:40 to play in the contest. Century, I'll say, hanging around. Mansmith to center ice to Livesay. Tries to weed through some traffic. Legacy plays it ahead there. Harrison Johnson off his stick, however. Jack Backus comes in with Hagerot. Just tosses it in front, goes to the far corner. Frickman to the line to Reese. Out in front, off the skate of Heath Frickman. And Legacy meanders in their own end with Esslinger. Hoon will not clear. Schulte out front, back on Schulte's stick, poked away from him. Schulte wins the battle, and now there's going to be a hook. And Legacy's going off again.
This will be another big one.
Century going to get their 5th power play of the night. And you know what happens here is you get a good look at the proverbial sin bin. And it looks like Kyler Wren's going to be one going in a couple minutes for the hook. Century, as we mentioned, came in to the game 1 for 9 on the power play. Now they're 2 for 4 tonight.
Yeah,
so
that's how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
You get a body back like Schlafman. There's a second generational player. I played with his dad in high school, so he's a kid that's been around the arenas, and that's a big game for him, especially coming out on his first one.
Legacy wins the draw. Oh, they had a chance there for Fisher on the rebound. Backus out to the line. Stepping in is Sparks. His shot pillowed away by Crumweedy. Frickman has it. To Fisher. Cross ice. Oh, a high shot there for Sparks. They seamed the pass, and Century just missed. Frickman wheels in again. Poked off his stick by Garley. Sparks. Tough angle. And somebody lost a wand. Century's Ty Backus holds it in. 1:15 left on the man advantage for the Patriots. Hits a skate. Behind the net it goes. Legacy tosses it down. Good play there by Blaze Miller. To relieve some pressure, Legacy gets a couple new bodies out there on the PK, and here comes Century. Backus wheels it back. Frickman winding it up. Frickman tried to dangle, couldn't do it, and Legacy sends it down. 6-3 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Wren's penalty for another 40 seconds. Century gets it back to Frickman. Leaves it for Schulte. Little handoff. Frickman fires, rebound out in front. Oh, they lifted the stick back in front again. Oh, man. The Patriots were buzzing.
That was their chance.
Well, a puck loose at center, deposited in by Carter Madison of Legacy. Max Rude flying. Big check there by Ty Backus. Frickman will glide up the ice. Tries to leave a pass for Schulte. Legacy is killed off the penalty. Miller steps in, redirected in front by Livesay, but it went wide. And Legacy is just going to ice that puck. And Central will have a draw on the offensive end. The D zone of Legacy is icing tonight. Brought to you by ServPro. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's ServPro. Couldn't do it without the fine folks at Ryan Family Dealership as well. Trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com or visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Face off to the stick side of Crumweedy. Legacy wins it, and here they come. Garley crashing the net, shot by Johnson. Garley ripping at a rebound. Couldn't get any lumber on it. Held in momentarily there by Xander. Sentry comes in with Astle. Hagerot crashing in. Xander battling for Legacy. Tips it ahead. Ushers it along to Beckham, who just throws it out to center. And Sentry's Backus just pipes it right back in for the Patriots. 28-27 shots in favor of Sentry. Legacy leads on the scoreboard, however, 6-3. 4.5 to play in the contest. Oh, bodies and a collision at the blue line of the Patriots. Cooper Schwann trying to get it ahead to Kyler Renz. Sentry throws it in. Oh! A large hit. And another. They almost took a run at him there. Heath Frickman throws it off the wall to himself. Gets it out to center ice. Schlafman got dislodged. The Sentry faithful. A little unhappy about that one as Schulte knocks it away as Fisher has it now for the Patriots. Comes over to Miller. Rude on the forecheck. Back to Fisher. Flying the ointment right now is Carter Madison. Sentry gets control of the puck. Down to 3:15 to play in the contest. Legacy's Esslinger holds it in. Miller back to get it. Collides there with Schulte. As the Patriots try to get organized on an outlet here. Sparks lost it. Legacy just keeping the play in the Sentry D zone. And Hammer now is just going to have to fall on it.
Yeah, they got to get regrouped. They got to get back north to south. I mean, it's killing the clock, and that's not your friend right now if you're down by 3.
Legacy 3-2 on the season. Sentry, as Mike mentioned a moment ago, 0-3 to start the contest. Just got the lone point, the shootout loss against Bismarck High in WDA play. Hey, there's been moments tonight, though, for Sentry.
Yeah, they've definitely played a lot better tonight than the couple games that I've watched anyway. I mean, again, you're getting a few bodies back. That'll help them.
Shot by Reese Frickman. Rebound onto the stick to Harrison Johnson, who just lofts it out to neutral ice. Beckham on the chase. Oh, and he lays the lumber into Emerson Astle. Legacy just they're playing a version of keep away right now.
Kind of are.
Waffle boarded away there on a shot from distance. Backus upended Harrison Johnson there. Backus has to slam on the brakes. As you said, Sentry's kind of east and west here.
Yeah,
in the third period. Hasn't been much going forward. They've been stuck in their own end here for the last couple 2-3 minutes. Patriots out to center. Mansmith had a stick on it. Into the Legacy D zone it goes. Under 2 to play. Stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. Get your MVP of the contest. To our move of the game tonight. Oh, Heath Frickman buried a Legacy player on that far wall. Legacy will throw it down. It's going to be on net, however. I think that would have been icing, but
too many men.
Hammer had to play it. And then, as you said, it almost turned into a penalty on Legacy. Now we got a little extracurricular on the back side of this. And we got a whistle. I was watching this stuff on the other end down here. I don't even know what the whistle was.
I'm not sure either. I was the same way.
Well, I guess kudos to the Sabres, man. They this is how you put a game away.
Yeah, no, they're playing the right way. They're kind of, like you said, they're kind of playing keep away. They're burning the clock down. They're putting pucks in deep and just kind of making Century skate into the traffic.
Harrison Johnson will be escorted out of the dot. He'll be replaced now by Garley, Eggerts, and Garley stick side of Crumweedy. 1 minute to play. As here comes Beckham. And he gets tripped up. And that's going to be a penalty on Century. And that will do it tonight as Patriots will go off. And Legacy, been probably the one chink in the armor tonight. This will be the 5th power play for the Sabres. And they haven't popped one in yet with the man advantage.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Legacy's onslaught continues, though, man. They have found a way to score goals this year. Sabres putting up 4.6 goals a night. Problem is they've been giving up 5.2.
Yeah, I'm not good at math, but you got to close that gap a little bit.
Legacy with the man advantage.
Oh, we got another one.
And
that was a short-lived power play.
Yep. And Beckham's going to go off. Well, that one shouldn't even count on your stats.
No, but unfortunately it does.
Now we'll play 4-on-4 for the final 45 seconds tonight. Boy, the goals came in bunches tonight, didn't they?
They did. And somebody left the window open right above us.
Yeah, it's 23 degrees outside, and it's about 18 in the VFW right now,
man,
on the top row.
Well, what's going on?
Frickman. Oh, just missed it on the high corner.
We got another penalty.
Another penalty.
Holy moly.
Century.
That one's on Legacy.
Yeah, so I was going to say Century's going to have another power play.
Yeah. Pull the goalie, Ole.
Century has their 6th power play of the night. They're 2 for 5. 26 seconds to play. Do you bring the extra attacker out there? Hammers.
Why not?
Hammers staying in the cage. Legacy will clear. Isaac Jerome off, 2 minutes for tripping. He joins Beckham in the box. Miller gets it to Frickman. Scott Schlafman with them. Oh, tried to dance through some traffic, couldn't do it. And Legacy will just fire it down, and Nets will do it. Sabres will move to 4-2 on the season. Century will drop to 0-4. It's a final from the VFW tonight. 6-3. Legacy wins it on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. All right, fans, stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. We'll put a bow on this one from the VFW tonight. Legacy 6, Century 3, postgame next here on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by
Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Break.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Clean it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Is proudly brought to you by
Back in our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors, helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Buses are always welcome. Ooh, my teeth are chattering.
It's like coming right down the wall, I swear.
Legacy wins the night 6-3. 2-2 at the end of the first period. In the third or the second period, and teams traded a couple goals there in period number 3. But the Sabres pick up their 4th victory of the season against just a couple losses, and Century falls to 0-4. All right, fans, a couple things we've got to take care of here. First up, it's our. I was going to do the stats. That's the one thing we didn't do.
Oh, we forgot.
That's all right.
That's all right.
We'll just tell you the final numbers tonight. Obviously, you see the score there, 6-3. Legacy gets outshot tonight. Century with 29 shots. Legacy with 28 shots. As you're going to have, let's see, Hammer's going to have 22 saves tonight, and Crumweedy's going to have 26 saves. And probably one of the numbers that's going to be interesting tonight is you tally it all up. Legacy 0 for 5 on the power play, and Century ends the night 2 for 6 on the man advantage. All right, there's your numbers tonight, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Okay, Mike, a couple things we've got to take care of here. First, it's our move of the game, brought to you by Spas, etc. Yeah, the folks at Spas, etc. Spa to your home. They take it to the next level. Find a massive inventory, a next level sales team to help you find the perfect sauna or game for your rec room. It's Spas, etc. Boy, that Kyler Renz goal was sweet, but
yeah, we had a tough time picking this one. There's a couple in there that could have went either way.
Yeah, you and I going right back to the tic-tac-toe play that was early on for Century. End up getting the goal from Strebel, but yeah, there was 3 guys here that had grade A chances, and it turns into a little action there. There's 1, there's 2, there's tick, there's tack, there's toe, and there's Liam Strebel with the goal tonight for the Legacy Sabres to put them on top. 2-zip, and that was a beauty. There's your Spas, etc. move of the game. Tic-tac-toe. Coach's dream right there. Find the back of the nets. 3 guys, 2 guys that put in, probably could have shot the puck.
Absolutely.
And tossed it around, and the next thing you know, it's in the back of the nets, and Legacy took a 2-goal lead, and they didn't look back. Spas, etc. brings you that move of the game tonight. Next level sales team, find the perfect spa, sauna game for your rec room at Spas, etc. Quick glance at the schedule, a bunch of basketball. Cheyenne and Mandan tomorrow night. Chuck and Woody will have the call in that one. Trinity and St. Mary's. Caden and Anthony will have the call in that one. Shanley and Dickinson. Brock Widener joined him. Jonas Nelson's got the call for Ned Rose semifinals and then you got basketball on Saturday as well. St. Mary's. Again, Grand Forks Central at Minot North and Cheyenne at Minot. Full slate again for the weekend here on the PSP Network. All right, fans, last thing for us, it's our MVP of the contest tonight. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Hey, again, we got choices. Harrison Johnson has 3 assists tonight. You get for Century had Schulte with 3 points tonight, a goal and 2 assists. Frickman had 3 assists. But, man, the man of the night tonight, none other than Ben Garley. Gets a couple goals, and that top line just keeps producing for the Sabres, and they did it again tonight.
Yeah, they played well. That's three kids that are very talented, and they're going to have to lean on them pretty hard too. So I'm sure teams will start keying in on them a little bit as time wears on. So we'll see how they can respond from that.
Yeah, Ben Garley. Oh, look at this celly here. Oh, right into your living room. That was Ben's second goal tonight. Let me make sure of that. Nope, that would have been his. That was his second goal. So Garley tonight has. He had the 2 goals. I thought he had another assist, but maybe I missed one. But it just has the 2 goals tonight for Legacy. Ben tallies his 7th and 8th goals of the season, and he is your MVP of the contest tonight on the PSP Network. Sport Clips brings you that MVP. Nothing makes you feel like that MVP experience at Sport Clips, and it's the senior Ben Garley. All right. It feels like there's something else I should do, but I don't think there is.
Not that I know of.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight, fans. And big thanks to all those sponsors here throughout the course of the game. ServPro brings you the power plays. BNC Bank Scoreboard, Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. A couple timeouts tonight brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Fine Family Dealership brings you that replay. Postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Within that postgame, you had your Ben Garley Player of the Game, your MVP, the senior tonight for the Sabres, and your move of the game, that tic-tac-toe goal for Liam Strebel, brought to you by Spas, etc. And we couldn't forget Jerome's Collision Center brings you up. Great job by our team. Nick Holberg got us going today. John Haugen run the cameras, producing for us. For my partner tonight, Mike Peluso, Todd Domrey's repeating your final score. Century falls tonight. It's the Legacy Sabres 6-3 on top of the Patriots. And that'll put a wrap on the activities tonight from the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck. Thanks for joining us, fans. Until next time, so long from the capital city.
Proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.